Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Cougars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Cougars. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Vontez Perfect, the one to get him down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll set up a throw, eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Time to roll through the starters defensively for Cincinnati. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The numbers last week for Bernard: 19 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jones. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The connection since 2011, Dalton to Green for a Bengal first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the line.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He'll get it up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
They'll go with a keeper. It's their quarterback, his 6th touchdown of the season, and his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, there was no secret there. They were in goal line formation. They wanted to pound it in on 4th and goal, and they did just that.
And how about the challenge? That's a challenge to the offensive line, which they eagerly accept. I haven't met a lineman yet that doesn't want to run the ball more than throw it because they get to fire out and really smack someone. And, boy, they got it done. I'm sure they were encouraging them on the sideline. Let's go, and let's run the ball as well. And they put it in for 6.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense chance.
And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew this flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Dalton now to pass. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2nd down, Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And down inside the 15 he goes. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's got some space here. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get this started up in Orchard Park, an AFC's matchup with the Jets in town to take on Buffalo. And it is the Jets who have the lead late in the second quarter. Sam back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. Five-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Dalton. That is incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Underneath, this is Bernard. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
No, Jack Patriot!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they'll run it here. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Sean Williams that time in on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going top shot for Smith-Schuster. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Caught by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Leopard! Leopard!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Back to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Green 39!
And they'll go on the ground. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They're going to look to throw. And that's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football. And
they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They'll look to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining. And incomplete here. So that will leave him with 16 on the clock. He's back to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the home team here, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for...
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.